In our last video, we looked at simple weighted mean of grades that gave us a little bit more variation in how we use our gradebook. In the last video, we set up different categories with various weights for each category. Now, however, with weighted mean of grades, we have an option to change how much each item within that category contributes to its overall weight. So in order to do so, all we have to do is go to Edit and click Edit Settings. If we click Show More and change our aggregation type from simple weighted mean of grades to weighted mean of grades and click Save Changes, now we see there are additional text boxes at each grade item. By default, it sets it to 1, but say our final is way harder than our midterm. If we set this to 20 and we say we want this one to be worth 10%. So what it'll do is it'll configure our midterm to be 10% of the overall 20% that this contributes to our total grade book. And it'll also configure our final to contribute to 20% of the student's grade within the test category that contributes to its overall grade. So if I click Save Changes, and now if I go to my user report, and let's view, now we can see that the calculated weight for the final is 66% and that the midterm is 33%. So let me go back to our grade book. And so now let's say I just change it to both 10%. And I click Save Changes. And now let's go back and view our one student in the course. Now we can see that both calculate 50% to the overall 20% in the course, and now we can also see that his grade has slightly risen within the course. And then we can do this additionally for each category we have. So for assignments and quizzes, let's go ahead and make that one weighted mean of grades as well. Let's click Show More. And throughout your course, your quizzes and discussion boards and your assignments will be variations of how much you want them weighted, and you can set them to whatever you want. So say my discussion board is I only want to be considered 5% of the overall 20. But my quizzes are a lot harder, so I'll make it 10. And then our chapter 1 assignment, I'll make this one worth 25 because it'll be the only one within the course. And then if I click Save Changes, and now let's go back and view our one student. Now we can see that our calculated weight has changed. So our chapter 1 calculates as 83%, seeing as it's the only assignment and it's worth 25%. And then if we don't put any in, we can see that it says empty right now because we left those as 1 and that we have no grades in for them. Now for our final project, seeing as there's only one grade item within that category, we don't really need to use weighted mean of grades because obviously we want to calculate 100% of that one grade item to the overall 60% we set up earlier.